Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it, man. Y'all don't really want it. Don't really want it. Y'all don't really want it with me. When I'm coming, like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming for ya, it's gonna sound like when I'm coming, like when I'm coming, like when I come for ya, it's gonna sound like yeah. Here comes the, no, here comes the.
We're back. Over the Line Sports here, episode number 2.
That took a while to get to. Where you been?
I've been working.
Dude, like episode 1 was, I don't know, a decade ago.
Yeah, I've been working. And,
So you're actually saying you're putting your life ahead of your podcast.
unfortunately.
Attaboy. There you
Until
go.
we start, getting more popular.
That wasn't a hiatus. That was like that was like a second job termination.
Kind of.
A hiatus is just a short little tidbits between, not like 4 months.
It's been
Months.
It's been a long. It's a what's the word? I took a leave of absence.
That'll
I
work.
took a leave of absence.
Yeah, leave of absence.
Unpaid vacation.
Okay. Well, it's not like a paid job ananyway, so you just do it when you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Just
Tear it
fuck
up, man.
around.
Tear it up.
So, since my leave of absence, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened. The draft, NBA and NFL.
Yeah.
Free agency,
Always a big topic.
always a big topic.
Yep.
People, leaving teams, going to new teams. We're going to try to hit on it as much as possible. Can't guarantee we'll get into everything.
Well, no, we don't have that much time.
Not yet.
You hit the high points, man. You hit the high points. Hit the things that are, people know about.
Right. We'll talk
Yeah.
about me. That's a high point.
People don't know about you. What the hell?
So I'm glad to be here with you, Steve.
Yeah.
Not doing this alone this time. It's pretty fun.
No, I just thought I'd roll into the shady part of town and check out what's going on in the empty warehouse.
We're in a back alley of Southeast Division.
Yeah, we're like van shopping. We're like buying stereos out of the back of a guy's van. Sal.
Right.
Sal the
Sal's
van.
my guy.
Sal's the. Where'd you get those speakers, Sal? No, we don't talk about that. Yeah, come on, Sal. Yeah, we're in a seedy part of town.
We are. So the first thing I wanted to talk about in regards to the NFL, we had a draft, we had free agency, is the future. We know that, as guys get older, they're moving on. In like 5 years, it's going to be weird. Now, Brady won't be there anymore. Drew Brees won't be there anymore.
Well, no, Brady put his house up for sale, and he kind of retweaked his contract a bit, kind of playing that free agency card against old Robert Kraft.
I know. That was weird.
It's a big gamble. It's a big gamble. Did you see his house?
Yeah, it's
Did you see
huge.
those pictures? Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Well, the weird thing is he bought the land,
Yeah.
undeveloped, and then he built a house like 2 years ago.
And so I think it's on the market for like 39 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you and your hiatus can quite afford the
Not
the
yet.
39 mil. But you're right. The older, the old guard
Yeah.
is certainly getting older with Brady kind of leading the way and Drew Brees
Right.
kind of leading the way. And you got the young guns, Mahomes,
Yep.
the wild cards that, been around for a year or two, but it always goes back to the Brady, the Breeze. It's kind of like in the old day, the Johnny Unitas, the Joe Namath, guys like the Kenny Stabler,
Right.
back in Oakland.
Right.
You kind of know the top tier, but you got to really hit on the middle and the bottom.
Right. And it's different. The game in itself, the way the quarterbacks play is so different. Even
Totally
from,
different.
6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have... look at this Kyler Murray kid. Just got drafted number 1 overall out of Oklahoma. Played baseball. Got drafted by the A's in the first round. back in the day, if you were under 6'1" or 6'2", the NFL prospects were like, yeah, this guy can't play quarterback, but this guy's 5'11".
Well, no, and you got linemen that are like 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". You can't see over them.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid's, I think he's like a $190.
Are you thinking, backup?
Murray?
I think he's going to compete for the starting job.
I think he'll compete for the starting job just because Arizona is in kind of a shamble. I mean,
when isn't it?
Their best receivers, he's been around since like 1975. Fucking Larry
when
Fitzgerald.
Wheels were square.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if they develop him in the right way, they don't allow him, and that's the thing. The
Don't
line
rush.
in Arizona isn't good.
Don't rush.
Right. I mean, he's going to have his bumps and bruises. I mean, that's why, teams like Arizona pick number one, because it's a rebuilding process. If he is developed properly, I think he'll be good. I'm still under the impression that I don't like tiny quarterbacks because of the bumps and bruises. In college, it's easy. You can run away from guys that aren't as athletic or fast. But now linemen are running, 4'6", 4'7", 40. I mean, these guys are just as athletic, and they're 190 pounds heavier than him.
Well, yeah, and I think quarterbacks is a rule. I mean, Brady's not big, Breeze isn't big. I think as a rule, though, height is critical.
Right.
Height is critical.
Right.
Kind of comparing that to the goalies of old.
Mm-hmm.
They were 5'8", 5'9", 5'10".
Right.
Now they're 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'8". I mean, they're massive. And so there's a lot of ebb and flow that goes on with size.
Right.
But the kid's got a shot. He's got a crack at a solid career.
Yeah.
So I still think, though, even when you're drafted that high, you don't want to rush.
No.
Take your time, let it mature. The game's quicker, the processing's quicker, the release has to be quicker. Reading the defense is so much harder in the NFL than it is in college.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get, not only physically mature, but mentally mature. And some kids don't, maybe not pick that up. So why rush, your future?
Well, Mahomes, Kansas City.
Oh, yeah. That's a great example.
Sat behind Smith for a whole year.
Yeah.
And then in the offseason, they're like, this kid's ready. So we bump Alex Smith over to Washington.
Yeah.
And then Mahomes, in his first year, starting, wins MVP.
The thing with Mahomes, though, he's so untraditional.
Right. He's weird.
He's goofy.
He's weird to watch.
He's got a weird release. Half the time, you don't know if where the ball's going to come out from.
Right.
He's like deceivingly quick.
Yeah.
Deceivingly.
Yeah.
And he's got a quick first step, but he's just so untraditional. I think that's half of his appeal.
Right.
He's so untraditional.
Well, in Madden 20, I know you're not a big video game.
Oh, no, that's great, though, man. Cover? Yeah, he's on the cover.
Yeah, but they have in the game a no-look pass.
Well, now it's changing the video, component of the game.
So he's the one. I really like him.
Absolutely.
I'll admit, I didn't like him a lot when he got drafted.
I don't think a lot of people did. I don't think people put a lot of stock in Mahomes.
No, because he was a couple years starter at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
I really like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
When he first came out, got drafted by Cleveland, I wasn't in love with it because I initially thought Josh Rosen
I'm not in favor
was
of
a
anything
better-
at Cleveland, though.
Right. Fucking Cleveland, man. They used to be the laughingstock of the league.
Well, yeah.
And now people are calling them to go to the playoffs. But I love Baker Mayfield.
I would love to see it, though.
Wouldn't it be cool?
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I mean, they were a shithole town for a long time. People just constantly dumped on Cleveland everything.
Right.
The Indians.
The Cavaliers.
The Cavaliers.
Right.
I mean, everybody dumps on Cleveland. It'd be nice for someone from Cleveland to step out. So that's a big bonus for them.
If they can do it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
They made more moves this offseason to acquire top-tier talent than...
Yeah, I'd love to see it. That's awesome.
I actually think in terms of that young talent, I think if anyone... Kansas City has a shot. Just because Patrick Mahomes is kind of revolutionizing. the way he's just athletic and he's a really good quarterback. I think Cleveland, if they can put it together, they have more natural talent on that team.
Is it too early for day drinking?
No.
Okay.
It's never too early for day drinking.
Just saying, if I don't talk for a while, I'm day drinking.
But I think Cleveland can actually win a Super Bowl before Kansas City if the pieces mesh.
This year?
Maybe not this year.
Yeah, not this year. No way.
Maybe next. Maybe give Baker another year.
Cleveland is way down in the predictions to...
they're young.
They're young. Give them some time. Yeah.
You see Mayfield. Have you seen his little pre-thing where they're playing In the Air by Phil Collins? Have you seen him do his little drum thing? Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh, that's one of the greatest drum riffs in rock and roll history. Phil Collins in the Air tonight.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah. Old Genesis guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Phil Collins.
I think Cleveland can do it. The other guys that I kind of like, I like Thomas from New Orleans, and I like Kamara.
Kamara, yep.
But if New Orleans doesn't draft a successor, I mean, Teddy Bridgewater maybe.
Yeah, no.
But they can't.
No, not Bridgewater.
Michael Thomas and Kamara can't bring another title to New Orleans. Saquon Barkley's another guy.
Yeah.
Probably in my...
Yeah, New York, though, man. People, it's almost like people go to New York to die now.
Right?
I mean, it's not the same as it was. I just feel like there's certain holes in the NFL that players go to become old quickly.
Right.
Yeah, because obviously Manning is, sad to say, getting up there. Sure. And he's never had, the last couple of years, he's just never really been good. And he's so freaking slow.
Eli, yeah.
Eli is so slow.
He's weird.
I think they should have made a move a while ago.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think drafting Daniel Jones out of Duke, because Gettleman, that was his guy. Yeah. Haskins is way better, I think. So Gettleman, so we're going to throw the whole system in the shitter here and just draft Daniel Jones number 6. And just place our cards.
Why not?
And you've seen Eli's little weird face.
Oh yeah.
Daniel Jones makes the same face. So,
yeah, I mean, the best thing that came out of that family, honestly, is Archie Manning.
You don't like Peyton?
He's okay. I like his commercials.
Yeah, he's a pretty good quarterback.
He's a very good quarterback, but I think their dad, Archie Manning.
He's a Saints guy.
A big Saints guy. Yeah. Played with a buddy of mine, Stan Brock.
Did he?
Yeah, Stan Brock. But it was a different time, I should say, when their dad played in the NFL. I think Eli is nowhere near as good as Peyton.
No.
Not even close. But I still think out of the Manning family, Archie's got my vote.
You like Archie?
No, I do. I just like the way he played.
Eli's funny. He's
funny. He's funnier than he is talented.
Right. He's one of the best quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's amazing. Incredible.
It just shows you don't need,
you got to be careful.
Great talent.
You got.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl with Baltimore.
They still have to have talent. Maybe not outstanding talent, but just for these guys to get to where they are, there's some talent there.
We were talking about this the other day, actually. My brother said, "Do you think Alabama would beat the worst team in the NFL out of 10 tries?" And I said they would have to play an almost flawless game, Alabama would, to beat them at least once. Yeah. Because if you think about it, not everyone from Alabama is going to go to the NFL, but everyone on that NFL team is in the NFL for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'd be fun to see.
Right.
I don't think Alabama would win. No. I don't know who they play. The worst team in the NFL?
Shit, who
is that Jacksonville?
No, maybe. That defense is pretty good. It might be the Giants.
It might be the Giants.
Saquon Barkley would probably run for 600 yards.
But the problem is, even the worst NFL team is better than the best NCAA team.
Right. I mean, you have guys on Alabama that'll certainly get drafted.
Sure. Yeah, but they're not.
Roster,
they're not there yet.
No.
It'd be fun to see, though. I would go watch that.
I would too.
Yeah, I would go watch that.
You'd have a fourth stringer just dominating these.
That's like putting the worst NHL team up against the best college team.
Right.
I think the college team might have a better chance at winning, but the physical aspect of the game is what would change in hockey. The physical aspect in the football game, the NFL hits so much harder.
Oh yeah.
So that'd be my biggest concern. Would be the physical aspect of the game and the speed. Yeah. Because college, you got 18, 19-year-old kids on the team.
Right.
You'd have to limit it to like seniors only.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because you think
some kid coming out of high school is going to play. I don't care who they play against. Any NFL team is going to get their ass kicked.
You got a guy in his prime, 27, just fucking drilling a 19-year-old,
Jesus,
ending his college career.
You know what I would love to see though? I would love to if it could ever happen.
Yeah.
It had to be a time warp thing. I would love to see like the Gale Sayers Chicago Bears play a current team in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have Dick Butkus on the D side.
It would be weird.
Killing people.
Sure.
Killing people.
What rules
they
are they
hit
playing?
harder back then.
Oh, yeah.
With less equipment.
Oh,
they had a couple nylon straps in their helmet, a plastic chin cup. They had no air cushion,
They bought
nothing.
their cleats at Walmart.
Antonio Brown would be like a little whiny bitch in a diaper on the sidelines because he couldn't wear his helmet.
Right.
I'd love to see
Frostbite on
that,
speed.
man. I'd love to see that.
I
That'd
think
be awesome.
that would be interesting.
That would be fun.
Well, it depends on the rules.
Can you play that in video games? Can you take like a throwback team against a
Legends teams like that?
That'd be awesome. That new video game right there.
Interesting.
Come on, Madden.
Right?
Do that, man. Let's get on that.
I don't.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Awesome. That would be fun.
I think a modern team would win only because of their speed.
Well,
Because guys are much more athletic.
Yeah, and guys drank and smoked before games back then.
I used to have a picture on my phone. I think it was Joe Namath in the locker room smoking a cigarette during halftime.
Kind of a throwback here. Brian's song when we had Brian Piccolo playing with Gale Sayers, and one of my relatives played for Chicago. My Uncle Brian's brother, Tim, and he was. He went to U of O.
Okay.
He was one of the smallest linebackers ever drafted in the NFL. Went to Chicago, and in Brian's song, if you remember that movie when Piccolo was in the hospital and this big lineman comes in with
Mm-hmm.
pizza, that was my uncle.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
awesome. So they were different, man, because they were all smoking and drinking and partying up.
Right.
You do that now. It's totally different. So, yeah, it would be interesting to see, though. Some kind of team like that. Yeah, that'd be fun.
You throw one of those old guys in on a new team.
Have a heart attack and die in the first 2 minutes.
If you let Dick Butkus, join a random team now.
Well, and look at the equipment. Look at the equipment difference.
Oh, yeah.
The pads, the shoulder pads back then were massive. I mean, huge. I mean, they were like in a different time zone. Right. They were just massive.
Like 30 pounds.
They really were. And they were just
pads.
all plastic, and there was no real protection from the hard impacts.
Right.
But yeah, so certain things would have to change, but it'd be kind of fun to see.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
It would be fun. Continuing on the NFL, we're 28 days away from the season opener, I think. Just got through the first week of preseason. I like to look into the future. So we're just going to pretend like it's February. Well, middle of...
It's like Larry Hagman and I Dream a Genie. Going to rub the genie bottle. There you
Never
go.
seen that.
That was back in my day.
Okay.
Yeah. Those of you old enough will remember Barbara Eden as the genie coming out of the bottle with her, shocking belly button showing back in the 60s.
That was a no-go.
That was a no-go, man. Yeah.
So I kind of want to go into predictions.
Okay.
Who you think will be there, NFC, AFC, and why. I'll go first. I'm a New England Patriot fan. I try not to be as biased as I can. I'm not going to say I'm not biased, but I'm a little biased. And they're my pick, honestly, out of the AFC. Because if someone, until they knock them off that throne, they've been to eight straight. If they haven't won every game.
Have they not been knocked off the throne a couple times, though?
Sure,
Sure, there you go.
But they've been to 8 straight AFC Championship games.
Yeah, that's impressive. Absolutely.
They just keep rolling. Yeah. They went into Kansas City last year. Kansas City got the first seed, went into overtime, and they won. Until someone takes them off, I'm going New England every year until Brady
Retires.
he starts throwing from a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know, that's my team. The NFC has been much deeper than the AFC for a while. And this is going to be a bit of a surprise to people. Most people would probably think I'd say the Rams, but I'm actually saying Atlanta.
Atlanta in the Super Bowl?
They were so hurt last
Really?
year. Deion Jones was out, their starting linebacker, Keanu Neal. They were just ravaged by injuries. I think if Carson Wentz in Philadelphia can make a comeback, they have a shot. The Rams are going to be better. My boy, Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
He'll be back from the torn ACL. The biggest question for the Rams, though, is apparently Todd Gurley, who's my age, has arthritis in one of his knees, which at 25...
Didn't Gurley just sign a new deal?
I think he signed it last year. But he has arthritis.
He's a beast, man.
No, he's so good.
Todd Gurley is a beast.
When
One of my all-time favorites.
Running.
Yeah.
If Drew Brees can stay efficient, he plays in a dome, that lucky guy, they can New Orleans could be there. But I'm going Atlanta. I think if the pieces everyone stays healthy, Atlanta will be really good. I really like Calvin Ridley, their second-year wideout from Alabama, who's going to complement Julio Jones this year really well again, I think. So I'm running it. I'm going to New England 28, Atlanta 21, and I'll bet anybody that wants to bet me. Not you, but anyone else.
Well, that's because you still owe me a lot of money.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. I think New England will certainly be there.
Yeah.
For sure. They always seem to be. I think a lot of it's going to depend on the health, and I've always been questionable of New England's defense. I've always been kind of hacking on the Patriots defense. I'm not going to get real super analytical here. I'm just going to flat out say I'm going L.A. and New England.
L.A. New England.
Yeah.
Who wins?
L.A.
Do you have a score?
L.A. scores more. How about that?
Fair. Hey, that's fair.
I'm never a big score. I'll be honest. I don't really follow the game, close enough to start throwing out points. But
fair enough.
I'm just saying, with Cooper Kupp coming back,
that's my guy.
I got a feeling. It's going to be there. But, and again, Kansas City, New Orleans will certainly be there. Indianapolis is actually ranked up there as well with the LA Chargers, which I freaking hate. I'm not a Charger fan at all. But, Atlanta is actually, about 1,200. The way they score it in certain realms, they're a 1,200 point underdog to New England to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see Atlanta go, but I'm going L.A. New England.
L.A. New England. I
Yep.
think you and I discovered Cooper Kupp at the same time.
We did, man. Old Eastern Washington
Against
boy.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Who was their
Yeah,
quarterback?
one of the ugliest fields in college football.
Yeah.
But, man, guy's a stud.
Oregon had that
Guy's a stud.
transfer kid who played with him.
Yeah.
The quarterback. I forgot his name. I think he's in the CFL.
He is in the CFL. Yeah, he came. What was his name? I couldn't stand that guy.
I have a picture of him in my mind, but
Oh,
I
that's
don't know
good.
his name. And then we're like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's not like a video. It's not like a video. You can't draw a picture.
Right, this Cooper Kupp kid's good.
Vernon Adams.
What's that?
Vernon Adams.
That's it.
Yeah,
Vernon
yeah,
Adams.
Vernon Adams. Yeah, he's in the CFL right now. I was never a big fan of his. He was not a U of O guy, but man, Cooper Kupp, I liked him from day one.
That's my dude.
Day one, I was devastated when he got hurt.
Yeah,
Real quick, then we'll move on. What's your favorite NFL logo?
My favorite NFL logo?
Yeah, of all time. Didn't
all
even have to
time?
be recent. Yeah, of all time. Just saying.
You know what? I'm going the old school Patriots logo. Again, it might sound biased, but I'm going old school Patriots logo.
God, everything's...
The guy in the 3-point stance.
Okay, yeah, the old tri-hat.
Fuck me, that's a good logo.
That's one of my all-time
I have
favorite
a hoodie
logos.
with that logo on it.
I wish they wore that more. I like the
know.
old style jerseys too.
Sure.
I'm not a big fan of the silver helmet. I wish they'd kind of get rid of that. Not a big fan of the new logo, even though it seems to be popular. But the old tri-stance, the tri-hat, the revolutionary logo. That was all my all-time favorite logo.
Yeah.
But there's other ones that stand out.
Okay.
That I really like, but there's so many that are iconic. Cleveland has no logo, and it's the most recognizable helmet probably in the NFL, simply by color and the stripe. It's the ugliest helmet known to man, but iconic. The LA Rams really haven't changed their logo ever.
That's been pretty normal.
I love that, and I love the white
Yeah.
horns. I'm not a big fan of the gold or the yellow horns, but I like iconic.
Sure.
I love the Green Bay.
Yeah.
Very iconic. Chicago,
There's been the C the whole time.
it has, but I think they stole it from the Cincinnati Reds. It's the same C, I think.
Don't mind us. We're just going to borrow that letter.
Yeah, I like the font. I think the Reds went their C back, Chicago.
Right.
I like those iconic when the Colts were in Indianapolis or Baltimore.
Yeah.
I love things like that, but then you start getting into the sort of the real graphic design type stuff, which would be the Patriots.
Sure.
Tampa Bay has an amazing logo. You have the pirate and the flag, and I like a logo that takes up the majority of the helmet.
Sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the lopsided logo like Pittsburgh. It's only got a logo on one side of the helmet.
Right.
But that's been there forever. And it's part of the appeal.
Has their logo ever changed?
Not that I'm aware of. And it's always been on one side.
Yeah.
I hate the Cowboys logo. It's a fucking star.
Star. They suck.
I'm not a big fan of that. There's no thought in that.
No.
At all. There's a lot of thought in, Dallas Cowboys. I guess you can assimilate a star with being a cowboy, but that's more like a sheriff.
Sure.
Of the old West.
Right.
Not really sure what has
The Dallas Sheriffs now.
cowboy. Cincinnati. I mean, looks like someone you gave a 3-year-old a Sharpie. And so here, draw a bunch of stripes on this helmet.
See that helmet?
That would be a Bengal.
Go to town.
I don't quite get that. The Jaguars. That's not bad.
No.
I don't know if there are actually any Jaguars in Jacksonville.
I couldn't confirm or deny.
I don't know why they are that.
Sure.
I think they could probably go, somewhere else and grab a
that weird
decent.
two-tone helmet.
That's yeah. See, that's almost like remember when Notre Dame did their little two-tony thing? I was not a big fan of that. So I don't. Some of the teams' names are just not reminiscent of the town. And the logo, and the name really should be reminiscent of the town.
Oh yeah.
The Cleveland Browns, named after Paul Brown.
Right.
There's history there.
Sure.
Minnesota. I mean, it's a fucking Viking helmet. All right? So you can't really. The Seahawks. The Seahawks are huge.
Right.
So you know what I mean.
The Ravens.
The Ravens. They could have been called the Crows, though.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Crows.
Yeah.
I like the Ravens.
Be different. Yeah, I mean, and a raven and a crow actually have small differences
They
anyway.
actually named that team, I think if I read after Edgar Allan Poe.
That would make sense, yeah.
Because he wrote The Raven. He fucking crazy, that guy.
Hey, what's a bill? Who the hell are the Buffalo Bills? Is it just like a section in the stadium? Everybody named Bill. Go sit there. We're going to name the team the Bills.
Yeah.
Is it a dollar bill?
I don't know.
What the hell is a bill?
Right. I get the Dolphins in Miami.
I get that, but come on, what is
Bills.
a bill?
What are the Chargers? Unless I don't know my...
That's kind of an iconic logo back with the old Lance Allworth time, but that's not bad.
That's just...
Lions, a bunch of lions running around Detroit. I mean,
Running
where did these names come from?
Speaking of Detroit, they have a helmet.
Matt Patricia.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, we went down to the San Francisco, down to Santa Clara, watched the Niners play the Patriots, and Matt Patricia in his red pullover. The only one wearing a red pullover.
Right. 2016.
There he is. Yeah, there's Matt.
Rained for 5 hours straight. I was drenched. But
oh, dude, that was a hell of a rainstorm.
That was a
monsoon, man. Probably 40,000 out of the 50,000 people got up and left.
Right.
And come back. And it was more like a home game. There were more Patriot fans there
At a
than the
point,
Niner fans. Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah, it was crazy.
Because that happened more places than not when New England was
Yeah.
on the road.
Well, they
That-
got such a huge marketing plan.
Right.
So, yeah, a lot of people follow.
Brady's from San
Well, that's
Mateo.
San Mateo. Yeah, they ended up bringing a lot of fans in from that. But that was yeah. Okay, so slight deviation. Sorry about that.
Well, I want to ask you another question.
Okay,
Because we're on deviations.
why not?
I mean, I know we're talking about logo. I'm going to switch it to jerseys. You hate the Chargers. I get that. I fucking love their powder blue uniforms with
The
the yellow
Chargers?
lightning bolt.
Really?
It is the coolest thing ever. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of black on black uniforms. Do the Ravens have a pretty cool one? Atlanta back in the 90s had a pretty cool black on black. But I love the powder blue uniforms that the Chargers wear. They're actually wearing them, I think, regularly now this upcoming season.
I agree. I don't mind that. I'm not a blue anything person though. I'm not a big blue unless it's a deep blue. I'm not real fond of the powder blue.
Yeah.
Eagles. I've always loved the Eagles Eagles jersey. I'm not a big fan of any of the throwbacks.
The Steelers' little bumblebee
The
shit looks like you're going to jail after you get done playing with that.
Yeah, eating tuna. Yeah, that was god awful ugly. And I can't stand the Niners, but I love the colors.
Sure, they're just normal.
Yeah, I like the Niner colors, but I'm not a big fan of the team. Even though Jimmy went there, I'm not a big fan of the Niners. But yeah, I would say Philadelphia probably, and the Niners would be kind of my favorite color
I also
schemes.
like Buffalo's uniforms.
The Bills,
Yeah,
the Harrys, Buffalo Jimmies.
I like them.
I
like them.
What the hell's with the red stripe on the helmet coming off the Buffalo?
I don't know what that's about. We should call.
I mean, so you got a buffalo on the helmet with a red stripe that looks like, I don't know, he's bleeding from the horns. But they're called the Bills. So you've got a buffalo on the helmet, and then you've got a team called the Bills. That's a god awful. I don't know what that red stripe is.
I like the
for.
Dolphins.
Somebody explain that to me.
These weird, all these Thursday uniforms.
Yeah.
Those are weird.
Yeah.
I like New England's actually. The dark blue on blue.
See, dark blue on blue, yes. I'm not a fan of powder blue.
No, I don't. Yeah. I disagree, man. That's that. I would wear that jersey.
It's all good. Disagree all you want, man. I'm still right. Doesn't really matter. I'm here anyway.
Fair enough.
I'm just sitting in, man. I'm just here as a part-time host.
Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about is the NBA. There's that draft, free agency, predictions I want to get into.
You tear it up, man. This is your part.
That's me. Okay. So as we all know, my boy Zion went number 1 overall. This is a weird NBA draft class outside of Zion and Barrett. Cleveland got this kid. I can't remember his name, but it wasn't a very deep draft class.
No, it wasn't. No.
I really like Zion. I mean, I think if he can develop a jump shot, I don't know if you've seen him shoot, but if he can develop a consistent jump shot, I think Zion is going to tear it up. He's just a freak.
Yeah.
Portland, local team, they drafted a guy, Nasir Little, who was a 5-star recruit. He didn't really live up to expectations his first year. I think he went to a really solid Trailblazer team that will allow him to develop and come off the bench and play, significant minutes, because Portland kind of did an overhaul of their bench. They got rid of Turner and Aminu and Harkless. They brought in Hassan Whiteside.
Yep.
Who, when that guy...
Good pickup.
Man, when he's on, he can drop 20 and 20. I mean, it's weird when he's playing well.
I was kind of disappointed in the Blazers during the playoffs. I wasn't real happy.
What do you mean? They won the first and second round of the playoffs.
I wasn't...
You got to the Western Conference Finals.
And they sucked.
Well, I mean,
They
that's
they
like
bit it,
the
man. They bit
Warriors.
it. Yeah. I just the Curry brothers. I didn't live up to the expectation and the hype.
Well, one's really good.
One's really good and the other one's
kinda
not.
Like, I'm going to shoot like 4 or 5 threes a game. And he's a good shooter. I mean, but
Oh,
he's
he
not.
is. But
And I'm talking about Seth.
Yeah, Seth.
Seth is better than Steph.
Oh God, no. No. I'll tell you what, Steph has no game except the 50-foot, outside shot. That's all he does. And he's a hell of an assist guy.
Yeah.
And he has eyes, very great perception of, what's going on.
Yeah.
He sees the entire floor, but man, he's a gunner, man.
He's
That guy
a lot
just
stronger than I thought.
bombs. Yeah.
I've seen him finish a couple times where you're like, how the hell? How do you put that in there? He's not
I know.
big. I mean, he's tall.
But the
he's
thing
not
I didn't
big.
like about him is he always, and it was irritating the hell out of me, and it got to be almost constant,
Yeah.
is when from the 3-point arc, they're always leaning into the guy trying to draw the foul.
That's
And I was getting so irritated and tired of that.
annoying.
Come on, just shoot the fucking ball.
Right.
Yeah, you got the talent. Don't lean into him.
But Portland, that was the first series against the Thunder. That was crazy.
That's a Thunder.
Game winner.
Yeah.
Second
I know.
series.
Isn't that crazy, man? Yeah, just game winner and
great
just
shot.
throw it up. Just throw it up there.
The second series against
I liked his
the
reaction. I love the reaction of
He knew
the
it was
crowd.
going.
Yeah, I was going in.
Cool. He's a killer, dude.
Yeah.
The second series, I actually went to a playoff game against Denver when Portland was at home. Shout out my cousin giving me those tickets for free. They're about $250 to $300 each.
Yeah,
and he
man,
just said,
that's
"Hey man,
spendy.
I got playoff tickets. You want to go?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck it, I'm going."
Why not?
That won 7 games. That was a great series.
That was a good series.
The thing that pissed me off about Golden State,
What doesn't piss you off about Golden State?
well, they were up by 15
Mm-hmm.
in like 3 of those games at half, and then they end up losing by like 10.
Yeah, that was a lot. It was bizarre the way the defense just tanked.
It's just the thing that I hate about Steph Curry is you can be down by.
Do you hate or dislike? Hate's a strong word.
Well, I mean, when you're playing them,
You wanna hate them?
You appreciate the greatness, but you can be down by 20.
I think his show sucks. Holy
Never watched his
moly!
show. I don't really
Yeah.
watch TV.
Dumbass show.
I watched this actually new show off topic called
Yeah, this is way off topic.
The Haunted on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's
Saw
a
it.
reenactment. That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Yep, that's a good show.
But Steph Curry is one of those guys. You can be down by 20 and give him the ball. He gets hot,
Oh yeah,
and he can give you a lead by 10.
yeah.
And then the whole Durant thing.
But that's his strength, though. That is his strength. That's about that and his eyes, the assist capability. Yeah, that's really his strength.
Yeah.
But it does get old.
Yeah.
I loved watching their parents, though, the Curry parents in the stands.
Right.
You know, one with a Trailblazer, the other with a Golden State jersey on.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
living the dream.
Yeah, with two boys playing in the NBA.
But we got some free agency signings that I think will be huge. DeMarcus Cousins went to the Lakers, and if he can recover from that Achilles tear that he had, which he was playing, and then he ended up tearing his quad in the playoffs, and he ended up coming back. Anthony Davis getting traded to the Lakers. Those two played with each other in New Orleans. I think those two playing with each other with the addition of LeBron, LA could make a lot of noise. The Nets, the weirdest fucking team, the Brooklyn Nets,
Yeah.
got Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Jordan. Durant isn't going to play this year, I don't think, because he tore his Achilles in the finals. But the Nets are another team that's going to make, headway. I think this year just alone with Kyrie and DeAndre. I love Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think is how you say it, in Milwaukee.
I don't know. I have a couple more drinks and it'd probably sound more natural.
The Greek freak.
Day drinking.
The Greek freak.
Yeah.
Won MVP this year. Guy's a monster. Milwaukee.
Monster is a good word.
Have
yeah.
you seen him run down the court? Takes like 2 steps
Lope?
from the 3-point
It's not really right. It's loping.
Got those long ass
It's
legs.
loping down the court.
I think they'll make noise, but I think James Harden another guy who a lot of people, my girlfriend included, hates him. She doesn't like the way he plays. I think he's going to win MVP.
What's wrong with the way he plays?
She doesn't like the way he has that weird little step back that looks like a travel.
Who doesn't nowadays?
I know.
I mean, back in the day when I was playing, basketball, it was like 1.5 steps.
Right.
Which is, there's no such thing, but it's 1.5 steps. Now it's like, give them 4.
Yeah.
It's like they all travel, all of them.
They're just.
It's just I'm sitting there, and that was probably my biggest complaint about the whole reffing thing, and that's a topic that you could definitely talk about in future shows. Is the inconsistent refereeing in every sport?
Oh man,
every single one.
Oh yeah.
But
NBA's
the traveling was driving me nuts. I got tired of watching it, so I was looking for reruns of Barney. But yeah, I was getting tired of watching it.
I was so petty one game after Portland. I think they were playing Denver at home. I was so pissed because Scott Foster, who was refereeing that game, was just pissing me off. I actually found the NBA Ref Association on Twitter. I messaged him in all caps and said, Scott Foster is the worst goddamn referee in the NBA. They didn't see it. They didn't respond.
Of course not.
But I mean,
it makes you feel better.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Who am I gonna
Send in
take
a complaint. You bet.
But yes, it's very inconsistent.
Yeah. That's a good topic, though, for a future show.
I agree. But yeah, James Harden's my guy. I think Kawhi going... Oh, shit, we didn't talk about Kawhi to the Clippers, as well as Paul George, who got traded there. I am going to throw it out there. Doc Rivers is going to take the Clippers to the finals out of the West, and they're going to win.
No.
They're going to win.
Really?
The Clippers are going to win. I think they'll play Milwaukee since Toronto lost Kawhi. I think Philadelphia is another team that'll be there. But I think the Clippers are going to win it all.
All right. There it is. It's on tape.
The Clippers.
It's out there for the entire world to hear.
6 games.
Milwaukee and the Bucks. I mean, the Clippers and the Bucks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting... Okay.
You know who I would bring back if I could to play on an NBA team?
Bill Walton?
No. Bill Walton.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
John Stockton.
Oh, Stockton, man, from Gonzaga.
He'd have like 30 assists in today's NBA because everyone can shoot.
Gonzaga, man. Gonzaga. John Stockton. Probably one of my all-time favorite players.
Yeah.
Good guy. Little guy.
Right.
Out of a small college, Gonzaga, which is a great school. I went to basketball camp there back in the day. Yeah. I went to Salt Lake City years ago, and they actually asked John Stockton Boulevard, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that guy could.
But on the GPS, it's like something else.
Yeah.
They also have like, Carl the Mailman Malone Street. Yeah, no, that's a good call. You know who else I like? I like the old Jerry West, Pat Riley. Guards. Pat Riley with his probably one of the few guys that I remember having this mega long hair back in the day. Pat Riley. Pete Maravich, the Pistol.
Yeah.
Pistol Pete.
Yeah.
He was another guy. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that I'd love to see come back.
I would bring Larry
Rick
Bird
Barry,
back too.
the only
Rick
guy
Barry,
that would shoot a free throw underhand.
Right.
It's the way my mom shot a basketball in college.
She shot underhand.
Underhand. They all taught you underhand. Nothing overhand at all.
I had a friend that shot free throws underhand.
And he probably had the best shooting percentage from the free throw line. Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing with your
The spin is incredible. If you watch, jump on YouTube and watch Rick Barry. And he had a great outside shot too.
Chucking it.
Yeah, Rick Barry's another one that I'd love to see come back. Yeah.
Like I said, I like Larry Bird.
Bird, yeah. Johnson and Bird.
Yeah.
Battles, yeah.
You know what's
Bob Cousy.
The
old Bob Cousy, yeah. The man back when Boston was actually a good basketball team before Larry Bird.
Right.
My aunt dated Bob Cousy.
Did she really?
Yeah, in college, yeah.
Lucky lady.
Should have married him.
I don't think Larry Bird looks like a basketball player.
Well, he doesn't. He looks like a lawyer.
He had that weird little... But this guy would just...
That little tiny mustache thing?
He would just fucking murder you.
Yeah, no, he was a very deceptive ball player.
If you didn't know who he was and you were playing like 5-on-5, you'd probably pick Larry Bird last to ride the bench.
You would. No, absolutely. And going up against guys like Magic Johnson.
Yeah. MJ was around.
MJ was around. Later. Yeah, I mean, They all had their, but Larry Bird was not the prototypical basketball player. No. And
are you sure you belong here, sir? I think you're supposed to be in the stands watching the game.
I think the wash bucket's down the hall with a little cart. Yeah, but very, very intelligent ball player.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's old school, man. That's really old school. Then the short shorts.
Yeah.
And the really tall socks up to the knees.
There was a player.
Yeah.
Brian Scalabrine, who played for the Celtics and the Bulls at one point. He used to rock the short shorts. And he was playing like 2010, 2009.
They were horrible.
Fuck, that guy looked weird. He looked like a leprechaun. He was a redhead.
Oh, that'd be ugly.
With the little short shorts and the pale white skin like mostly Irish guys rock.
Well, we had growing up when I was playing basketball and growing up, man, we had the short shorts and the belt buckle. And the tube socks.
Yeah.
And we would wear Converse sneakers.
Take you longer to get the dress and actually play the game.
Man, but we looked good.
Did you?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I was the only one that wore black Converse. Everybody else wore white. I had the black high tops. Oh, yeah.
God.
Definitely.
How do you not roll your ankle?
Tape.
Tape? Very good.
Always tape.
Very good. Yeah. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up.
Cool.
For today. I appreciate you being on here.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
This was fun. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah.
I promise this will not be a hiatus like this one again. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
No more hiatus. No more sabbaticals.
Okay, no more sabbaticals.
Unpaid sabbaticals.
Unpaid, yep, there you go.
So we'll be back either next week or the week after that. And
yeah, just sit down and do some day drinking.
Yeah, there we go.
That's the way to go.
I already did that today.
Okay, well, that's fine.
We'll bring more fun stuff your way. So.
All right, man.
All right, folks. Take care.
See ya.
See you later.